All right, Dr. Jason Lemieux from PhysioMed Oakville. We're going to do a very basic stretch for the front of our thigh and our hip flexor. We see a lot of the golfers that come in to see us start with their pelvis very forward tilted. That creates an artificial kind of increased curve in our back. If I try to rotate out of that position, it's one of the most common things that creates low back pain in our golf swing. So we're going to go through 3 versions of a very basic stretch. So if my mobility is a little suspect, or if I'm a little worried about getting myself all the way down to the ground, we can use a chair. At home, we're definitely going to want to have something soft. Hard to regrow the cartilage underneath your knee, so let's not kneel down on carpet or hard floor. Let's get ourselves a good cushion or a pillow or a rolled up towel. So I'm going to step forward with my left leg outside the chair. I can bring my hands down onto the chair and my knee down onto the cushion. And a very common theme that we're going to have with these kinds of stretches is if I drew a line from my knee up my thigh through my spine, I want there to be a relatively straight line. So I'm pulling my ribs down and I'm bracing my abdomen as if someone was going to come by and try to punch me in the stomach. I want to feel like I'm braced. That's going to create a stretch down the front of my hip and the front of my thigh. For extra credit, I can even feel like I was going to, as if I was flexing my bicep, I'm going to think about squeezing my butt. We'll see a lot of people that do this stretch, they allow their hip to track forward, but they keep their spine very vertical. That's going to increase that curve that we were talking about that's potentially causing our back pain. So let's keep that nice neutral line position as we stretch out. If you've got a little more mobility or we're a little more comfortable getting down to the ground, we can make this stretch a little more challenging. So I can lunge my way to the floor, preserving the shape of my spine. From here, I'm not too arched, not too rounded. I'm somewhere in the middle. And I can use my glutes one leg at a time to step out to a tall plank. And then I can stride my foot forward. We're using a med ball here. This could be an aerobic step, could be a stack of pillows, could be anything that just gets me off the ground. But again, I want it at a height that's going to help to preserve that nice straight line from the knee through the thigh up the spine, so I can feel a stretch through the front of the hip with no discomfort into the back. An extra move would be, if we've got a lot of mobility available to us, I can start on all fours. Again, I can step out nice and strong into that position and then stride forward. Again, the only measure, the only kind of rule that we're looking at here is if I can't keep that nice straight line through my spine, if to get down into this position it causes me to lose position, well then I need to bring that riser back up to get myself into a good position. But if I've got enough flexibility in my hip where I can get down to the ground, then we can get that good hip flexor stretch through the front of the hip without compromising the shape of our spine.